Coach, how special was that for you, obviously for the family, to be there with him and share that moment?
Well, it really was, and just to watch the genuineness of him, the excitement to be number one, but then immediately turn around to his grandmother, his mom, his dad, and all the family to hug him and appreciate. Jameis is such a genuine, honest person, and he truly loves the people who've been there with him, and it was great for him to share that. I was happy to watch. It was fun to watch.
So you got a little emotional there too, watching being in there.
Well, it is, because it's a journey, and you're just very proud that, you know, you're responsible for making certain decisions on guys and how they do things, and are you making the right decisions, and is it really coming true? And just, you know, a lot of your work. I mean, I care for him. You know, I can say he's like one of my, all my guys are like my kids, and he, you know, he was very special. We went through a lot of things together, and to watch him persevere, not knowing what he overcame and how he had to do it, it was a proud moment for me to be able to be a part of it.
When guys move on at this point, is there communication? Is it up to them how much they call back for advice and things like that?
Yeah, it is, and we'll stay in touch. I don't like to bother them, you know what I mean? But I'll check. If I don't hear from them for a while, I'll check in on them just to say hello, just for my sake. I like to hear their voice. Remind me sometimes when you're a real good coach, coach or something. But just fun to be there. But we'll definitely stay in touch, and him being so close, will be able to get down and see him sometimes, and at times he'll be able to come back. So I think it's great for everybody.
I haven't seen guys with the pressure of being the #1 overall pick and a quarterback. What does he need to? How's he going to handle that?
You know what? How he handles it, I mean, it's going to be a challenge. I mean, because there's going to be high expectations. But the thing about it, wherever he's been, there's been expectations. The day he became the starter, the day he came to school, the day, you know, from after winning the championship, winning the Heisman Trophy, everything. And it's always a challenge. And every day you get up, you got to realize that that's never going away. And the quicker he accepts that, the quicker he'll move on from that. But also, I think the big key for him right now is not worry about the results. What he can't worry about is the results, how many wins I have, I got to go back and stay process-oriented and do, today I've got to do this, 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 and this. Do it the best he can. Go to bed, get up the next day, do this. And all of a sudden, when those moments come, he'll have the preparation and the background to be able to succeed in those situations and not worry about the outcome of what's expected of him.
Just with everything, I mean, Damian Craig was here, just seeing everyone that's kind of come through his life. I mean, was it good to be a part of that and to catch up with Damian and to see all of it?
It was great. I mean, I recruited Damian. I remember we sat and when I was recruiting him out of high school and coaching him and coaching the heck out of him, and now he coaches like me, and now he yells like I do. but just to be a part of that and to see, you know, the guys that you've been a part of, what this game does, like I say, the games are one thing. What you remember is the relationships. You remember the people, and to be able to go through this game and be around Damian, to be around his family, now watch him carry it on to Jameis and recruit that, and we were all part of that. I mean, that's what this is about, and it was just a great day.
Jim, will he be more mentally prepared for the NFL because he's been through so much both on the field and off the field, and that pressure?
I think we know more about him than we do any player in his draft, because I think he's went through scrutiny. He's went through people doubting him, his character, his playing, what he does. I mean, every part of his life's been picked apart, and how guys react when they get to that, you don't know. Hopefully they'll handle it. The other guys do too. But what he has done to be able to do, you know, so far, I think we know more about him than we do anybody in the draft.
Yeah. Have you done this before, like gone to a player's house? Or
no, I've had one at some drafts. They came and did it at the school or been around that thing, but not like this house. Like this.
A neat environment?
It's a great environment. It really was. It's great. This is the family and all the loved ones, and just watching their joy, the family's joy, and the community. And that's what people understand about that. The people live through this guy because they've been a part of his life, and that's athletics brings so much to a place in the community. It's amazing.
Why was it important for you to be here? You know you have other guys that might be drafted in the first round as well.
Well, I mean, those obligations up there are great, but, you know, the trials and tribulations we went through, and to be the first #1 pick in Florida State history. Think about all the great players that have been through Florida State and never had a #1 pick. And for him to be the first one, but to do it through everything he persevered through, what he did for our university, what he did for me, it was just fun. I mean, he taught me when I coached him. I mean, how to coach you. There's a different way. I had to coach him totally different than I did a lot of guys because of, you know, he made me realize how special he was and that relationship we had and how much I really cared for him. I thought it was important for me to be here.
Trey wanted to be here?
Oh, no doubt. Trey definitely. I mean, him and Jameis have a great relationship. Jameis treats him so good and what it means to him. And I think that double secret handshake.
Yeah, he still do it?
They can still do it.
Any plans to go down to a Buck game or have Trey down there? I know you've got obviously coached during the season, but maybe get the family.
Oh, he'll definitely get down there. There's no doubt about that. I know he'll beg. He'll get down there. No doubt.
And how does your schedule go? I mean, I know you have to go to Chicago tomorrow. When do you leave? What is your schedule?
We'll go back, but actually I'm going back to Tallahassee. I went to Chicago yesterday and I did what I was going to do. I'm not going back this time. I'm going to stay here and go back to Tallahassee, and then I'm on the speaking tour, and then, you know, we're through spring recruiting right now, so we're trying to get the next team.
That'd be helping recruiting, be able to go and say, hey, we just had the #1 overall draft.
Oh, exactly right. To have the #1 overall pick and what goes on. I mean, that's you can't beat that PR.